came to work with LandPaths, I think I was able to get the opportunity to actually do a lot of, put into practice a lot of the teachings from my father, from my mom, just being outside and living off the land. And, there's that sacrosanctity that of the land that they instilled in me. And I really appreciate that opportunity to, work with families, try to get families onto the land, take care of the land that we have around us. And my children, my family, all of my relatives have bought kayaks now and everything. And so it just, it's very contagious. And so the reward, the honors go along with that. It's just the cherry on top. I like hokoke, which is like a type of sour cream. So not necessarily just a cherry on top. So it's the hokoke on top. The recognition is not just mine, but it's the community that I work with, and it's the community that has to put up with me. So sometimes challenging them and being the grumpy uncle. One of the highlights that I've had throughout my all this work with LandPaths has really been to work with youth, with teenagers. One of the stories that stand out is youth coming out from a very, from an alternative school in the center of the Dry Creek Valley. Children of farm workers, and them coming to a farm in the middle of the valley, one of the richest valleys in the world, in terms of not just the soil, the climate, and whatnot. They get to participate. They get to, with the support of, the family that hosted us there, Lou Preston and his family. We got to go on to the farm, and the youth actually got to go out and pick some of the vegetables that we cooked with. And as we asked them, what they had enjoyed that day, was they said picking Brussels sprouts. It really caught me by surprise. But these youth actually really telling me that going out and picking Brussels sprouts and cooking them and then eventually eating them meant a lot to them. They actually got to do that in that place. They did something that at first they might have been a little doubtful whether they were going to get into it. It was a gloomy day, damp, cold, but then eventually they went back, speaking of stories of Brussels sprouts and whatnot. That was a really memorable moment for them, and it became a memorable moment for me. Children that have never had that opportunity to do so, the same way with their families, not having having not had the opportunity to get outside and explore these places and feel that those places are theirs. These are communal spaces, and then learning how to protect these places. As they say, as we say sometimes, people don't do, we can always expect people to make decisions based on just being morally right, but sometimes we have to push a little harder to have people understand and invest and really value what communities and investing in communities that have been neglected and their love. I've always said that it's been really hard to do community organizing or work with families whose children are impacted by substance abuse, or in my past, working with immigrant communities or trying to defend day laborers in Arizona. It's been hard, but it's been harder even to ask families to come out and join us on a Sunday after they worked picking grapes for 6 days. We've been out in the fields, but yet when you have them come out with you and trust you and go back, knowing that they can come back and knowing that they can trust the organization that you work with and the work that you've been investing into not just the community but their family is very rewarding. There is a responsibility with it, just for me at least, always try to do more, because it sets a baseline, I guess. But I just want to believe that this is it's just recognition of something that we needed to do, and keeping the fight going in order to get people outside. Sometimes it might be just an outing for some people, but it means a lot. We numbers on paper can explain the impact once people come out, and then they start doing your work. They start sharing the love for the land. And I think that's in essence what my job has been, and it's been very rewarding that way when participants become those best ambassadors for yourself and for the organization and for the planet. So it's awesome. This award, usually I have a it's with my buddy, we kind of joke about sometimes being acknowledged. For us, I think it's always a reminder that you can always do better. There's more to do, and there's always people there as well that are there with you, and we can advance all our goals together for the well-being of our community, the children, the families. Thank you.